Hey guys, Sailing Sea-Renity, finishing up season 1. It is just before Christmas, and I've just been working on project after project on the boat. Haven't been out on the water much, moved slips. So what I'm going to try to do is stitch all those videos together to make one good video, kind of for a conclusion of the year. I like to try to get all my maintenance and stuff done at the end of the year. So I'm ready for season number 2 of Sailing Sea-Renity. So happy that you guys are watching and following this channel. I've gotten more followers than I ever would have thought. The comments have been great, but please click like and subscribe. Share the video if you think somebody else would like to see it. And please shoot me a DM or text me, and let me know what your thoughts are. If you want to talk about Catalina sailboats, Catalina Island, Long Beach, Pacific Coast, whatever it is. I love chatting back and forth. I've met some great individuals on the YouTube channel, and just hope to keep growing and keep getting out there and enjoying everything that we have right here at our back doorsteps. So stick with me. Thanks again, guys. I'm excited for the 2025 season 2 of Sailing Sea-Renity. So as I mentioned before, we got lots of projects that we're just trying to take care of, finish out the year. But today I'm going to work on my steering system, just normal maintenance. At least once a year. If you're in a little bit more saltier area, you should probably do it, I don't know, twice a year. But at least once a year, you want to go ahead and check your steering chain, your cables, lube them up really good. Make sure everything's good and secure for the upcoming season. So today, that's what I'm going to do. We got to take apart part of the helm and take apart the compass and stuff like that, and then we'll get underneath and lube everything up as well. So we're gonna do that today. I bought some chain maintenance like oil. I'm not sure I'm going to use that. Normally it's just 30 weight motor oil does it, but I'm going to take a look at it, see how it works out today for me, and I'll let you know. Stay tuned. All right, so the first thing I did was take the wheel off so I could get better access. Then you got to pull the compass off. You got to be really careful not to lose the screws. There's 2 that kind of hold a light mount on it, and then there's another 4 for the actual compass itself. And so I'll clean that up. The one thing I did notice though is that the base of it was broken. It's just old and brittle. So once you get that off, you can see that you have the chain mechanism and your transmission and fuel that goes to your engine for speed. And you can see that that's running down there. So you want to make sure that you inspect your chain, and basically I'll put the wheel back on and turn it both directions and make sure there's no cracks or breaks or anything like that. It actually looks like somebody used a different type of grease to grease this, and everything I've read is a 30 weight motor oil. So I'm going to kind of clean it off, just use some paper towels, and then I'm going to use some 30 weight motor oil to keep that clean. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I'll adjust everything and put it all back together. So that went pretty easy. Really wasn't really any issues with the chain at all. Nothing was cracked. Just lubed it up, cleaned it up, checked it both directions, make sure it's nice and smooth, and now we'll go down below and work on the cables. Okay, to access the cables, it's through this little port in the aft of the boat. through one of the staterooms. So make sure you have a good flashlight, and I'll take you back here. So you can see right here I've got my autopilot, and then I've got my cables and my pulleys, and I just need to make sure that they're all lubed up and make sure there's no excessive wear. So that's what I'm going to be doing right now. The one thing you also want to do when you're in here is use a paper towel and run it along this cable to make sure there's no frays or anything. You also want to make sure it's tight, like not too tight. It has some give, but you want to make sure that you can make sure there's no fray or any broken parts of the cable. And so you use a paper towel because you do not want to get caught up on your finger, because that hurts. Okay, so the last thing we want to check is the pulleys. I've already done it. I just wanted to show you where they were in this boat. They're in the other stateroom on the port side, into the engine compartment, or kind of engine compartment. Kind of goes towards the aft and just behind the engine compartment. But you can see the pulleys here, and they are well greased up. Like I said, you know, everything I've read is 30 weight. And so I'm not sure exactly what they put on this, and it's really difficult to get it off, but I'm gonna just keep it on there. I've looked at the whole cable and it looks good. The one thing you do want to make sure of is that the actual plate isn't corroded, and everything looks good, which this one does. Nothing's rubbing up against it. There's a little bit of electrical here. This goes to up into my helm, but I pulled it away and I'm just gonna zip tie that up. So other than that, it looks really good and clean in here. So I'm just gonna leave it like that, and we're gonna move on to the next project. Steering complete. So one of the first projects, painting the chain. I'm gonna do it in 25-foot increments with some bright colors. It was done once before, but it needs refreshing.
Hey, what do you say? This whole town could be red by the end of the day.
So I have 100 feet of chain, and I'm gonna paint it every 25 feet. And I've just got some good fluorescent colors, and I'm just gonna paint it every 25 feet. That'll tell me roughly the depth of my chain. All right, my battery power is all located on the port side aft cabin. So I had to kind of take it apart. I use a lot of this for storage, and then I've got my dual batteries here that run to a battery switch. Once that battery switch, it's either in battery 1 or battery 2, or if I have it on all, then it runs basically parallel. And so today what I wanted to do was clean up some of this so that not everything was attached to the batteries, and then it's actually going to go to a bus bar. So my negatives will go to a bus bar, and my positives will go to a bus bar as well. And then I'm going to run a shunt, which will allow me to keep an eye on my battery usage and where it's at. So I bought a Victron, it's Bluetooth. Everything else I've purchased for solar and everything else is Victron as well. So I just wanted to stick with it. Got some great reviews. So I by no means am an electrician. I learned like everybody else does, trial and error, and try not to mess it up. I did do some artwork where I kind of made a schematic of what I think it's going to look like, because it needs to run. My understanding is it's going to have to actually run from the part of it from the switch as opposed to from the batteries, but the negative needs to be off of the batteries. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so little update on the Smart Shunt. Just so happens somebody's working on a boat right across from me. I asked if they could take a look at it, and he came down and was able to tell me where everything was, and we got it installed in about 30 minutes. So of course I had to pay a little cash for that one, but we got it all set up. So now I can monitor the amp hours through my hub, and I can see exactly how much is going out power-wise and what I've got left, which is a big help because I've got just over 450 amp hours on my boat with both batteries combined. But it'll monitor, if I have it on battery A, it'll monitor just the battery A, which is the 225 amps, and B the same. And if I have them together with my battery switch, that's my 450. So now I can monitor everything that's coming in and out, which is a good thing. So I did have to get a little bit of help, but that's okay. On things like electrical, it's stuff like that that I'm just not sure of. It's just not worth messing with as far as I'm concerned. So it was good to get somebody here that knew what they were doing and help me through it. But today's been really proactive. I got the anchor chain all done and put together and painted. If anybody in the Long Beach area needs fluorescent paint, I got some. Reach out to me, and we'll just keep plugging away. I got the boat washed, and just trying to get a couple projects done. I'm going to come back in a couple days and we'll get a couple more things done. But for right now, catch you on the next one. Okay, so this boat came with a lot of new stuff when I purchased it. We got new B&G, new autopilot, new gauges upstairs, but what it does have is an old radar system, and I hate the way it looks. It's taking up space. It also has an old Chartplotter and stuff like that. And tracing back all the lines is not super easy, but what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this, pull it out, give me some more room here, organize it. I think what I'm going to do eventually is move my Chartplotter up to my Helm station, because I really like the Chartplotter. I love the B&G, it does great, but mirroring it to my iPad, which is what I currently do, is okay, but it's a little laggy sometimes. So eventually I think what I'm going to do is move it up to my Helm, and then I have a little bit better visual of kind of what's going on. So I'm just going to pull that out now. So the one thing I did do was take out the old radar system, because it just made this look way too cluttered. I think it looks a lot cleaner now. I do plan on moving the B&G up to the Helm station, but temporarily that'll be good. I'll probably eventually move my portable VHF right to here so it can charge, but that'll be another project for another day. But I do think it looks a lot cleaner now. I think that now I'll have to organize down here a little bit, but we're getting ready for season number 2. So got a couple projects done today. Liked it, but good all in all. Definitely looks a lot cleaner. Morning guys, back down on the boat today, Sea-Renity. This is going to be the last episode of season 1. I got a couple things I got to get done today. I got to change the oil. I'm going to take a look at moving my Chartplotter to replace the old Chartplotter so it's a little bit cleaner, and see what that looks like. And then I got a new vacuum I'm going to install. I've got a canvas guy coming today to try to put a full bimini over the top of the boat, over the helm, to protect me a little bit better from the sun. Take my word for it, I've spent my whole life in the sun, whether it was out at the river or the lake or being out on boats, and lo and behold, last year I came down with some cancer that I had to get dug out of me, some melanoma, and so that can be a scary thing, and I figure I better start taking better care of myself, better start using sunscreen, better get a little protection over me, so that we can continue this journey on. So this will be the last episode. I'm hopeful to, at the end, just kind of do a recap of 2024 and all the excitement. It's been an amazing year. Everything about the boat has been great, and it just keeps pushing me towards that track of retirement. So thanks for sticking with me. If you haven't done so already, please click like and subscribe down at the bottom. It really helps my channel out. Share it, get it out there. I'm just so excited that it's actually grown as much as it has. I didn't expect more than 10 people to watch it, but thank you guys. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for sticking with me. If you have any questions or you have any comments, whether it's about a Catalina 42, a Catalina sailboat, Long Beach, the Pacific Coast, whatever it is, I love chatting back and forth. I've met some great people on YouTube, and it's just been an amazing journey. So thank you so much. Have a great day. Looking forward to 2024. Sorry, 2025.
Come down. Sun comes up, we'll be feeling how we do right now. My heart's on fire, coming down to the wire.
All right, so I got the hole cut. Looks like it's gonna fit now. Just need to clean it up, rerun the wires, and it should look pretty good. So it would have been better if I had the right tools. Luckily my neighbor had a couple things I could borrow, but it'll basically fit right there. So now I just need to clean it up. Okay guys, so I was able to move it from over there, ran the wires back down in the nav station, behind the nav station here, pulled the old one out, and if you remember, right, this is the old Chartplotter, probably from, this is a 1992 boat, so I'm gonna guess right in the 90s, and the B&G I already had, and so moved it here. This is so much cleaner, so much better. It would have been nice if I had the right tools to do it right. It took me a little bit longer because I used a handsaw, believe it or not. But I love the way it looks. It's so much better. So now I just got to clean up these cabinets and vacuum up, and that project is done. So just trying to check off the boxes. Canvas guy came today. It's gonna take about 3 weeks to get the full bimini for the boat. So excited about that. And on to oil changes and everything else I got to do to get ready for the 2025 season.